Amber Heard has testified now, so what else have we learned about our reality as this trial goes on? How do the media tell us these stories? And when will it end? Hello there, you 5.6 million awakening wonders. The log store, life itself, simple domesticity, the ongoing trial of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That seems like a trial that we're all participating in, as I consider it to be part of an ongoing theme of watching the spectacle of celebrity devour itself. I feel like the Will Smith, Chris Rock moment was a little bit of that. We're watching something crumble before our eyes. Let's see how the media uses this story. If you don't subscribe yet, subscribe right now, because I need to stay in touch with you, and turn on the notification bell, would you? And comment. Let us know what you think about this. All right, let's see what they're doing, and let's see how the news report on it.
Both sides are now in damage control mode after Amber Heard's grueling testimony.
Now, look, the show's called Entertainment Tonight, right? So straight away we know this is entertainment. That's what you're being offered. It's an ongoing trope that we hear these days, that news has had to become entertainment. You can hear it in the music, you can see it in the graphics, the various screens. I mean, even on that one show, there's 3 versions of Amber Heard's head, right? So, like, what is this now? Like, if this is what information is like, there's this trial going on, there's 2 people that are famous, one of them's really, really famous and beloved, and it sits at the centre of many important economic projects that come at you through the media out of Hollywood. It's all gone wrong. It's at a point of crisis and re-examination around the relationships between men and women. There's a lot of money tied up, there's a lot of sort of important issues, but generally speaking in culture, we've become kind of uprooted and distracted from our real moral code, so people don't really know what's right anymore. So all of us just sit staring at spectacles like this, trying to make sense of our own lives and our own marriages, recognizing that we're disconnected from nature, we're disconnected from our own inner lives, we're disconnected from one another, because we live in a culture that mediates all of these spaces with commerce, which is why I failed my audition to Entertainment Tonight, and so I had to start my own channel.
At her and Johnny Depp's $50 million defamation trial. Welcome to Entertainment Tonight. Michelle Turner has the night off.
Where the fuck is Michelle? Get back here, Michelle!
Amber capped off her second day on the stand, telling the jury that Johnny made her fear for her life.
He got next to my ear and he was screaming over and over and over again, "I hate you. I hate you."
I'm sure all of us can remember times in personal relationships where it started to fall apart, where you weren't the best version of yourself, where the pain of the investment you'd made in another person brought out aspects of your own inferiority and inadequacy that are kind of shameful to remember. I know I certainly can. However, I wouldn't like to have that be turned into entertainment. Human beings are not perfect. Human beings are flawed and fallible. And usually, personally speaking, again, from personal experience, I find that in the places where there is the most intimacy, I'm at most risk in some ways of behaving in a way that's ugly. Always, of course, within the confines of the law, I would hope, but in ways that are not in alignment with the kind of moral codes that I like to aspire to live by, at least. When we're handling matters like this, I think what's important, more important than, what is the truth about the relationship between these 2 people, is what is the truth about the kind of culture that we've become, what we prize when we render it in this manner, in this kind of glistening, sequined, kind of fast-paced, irrelevant way, irrelevant and irreverent. Like, what does that tell us about where we are and where we're going? It's sort of in a sense, a kind of a solemn thing that's being treated as bubblegum.
Johnny's spokesperson calls the actress's testimony the performance of her life. Team Amber fired back, saying Depp's behavior is pitiful. He doesn't have the courage to look at her, and instead, he doodles and snickers.
In terms of the public debate, I don't know, maybe you tell me if I've got it wrong, or I occupy very particular media spaces. I don't know. I'm not claiming to have any objective understanding, but it seems to me like the mood of the public, as it were, is not pro Amber Heard. Would that be fair to say, that a lot of people seem to be siding with Johnny Depp? And we don't know if that's because of, evidence, because there is at the moment no conclusion from a judicial perspective, or because of a general sense that he is an affable person, or perhaps because there is a shift in the way that the cultural climate is adjusting to recent events around redressing historic and obvious complexity and potentially abuse in male-female dynamics. It seems that at the moment that seems to be somewhat under scrutiny and playing out through this lens. And if you're one of the many people in the comments below who say, like, I don't care about this stuff, and frankly, I only watch it when we're discussing it, ask yourself, what unconscious forces are being harnessed by this trial? What unresolved personal and cultural issues are here presented? Because whether you're interested in it or not, The media is interested in it. A lot of people are in it. Look at social media searches and see how frequently this stuff comes up. Why is that? What is the resource behind it? And of course you can ask this question of many things. Why are certain sports popular? Why are certain politicians popular? Why are certain ideas effective? My answer to that is it usually accesses an unprocessed and unconscious force. It usually represents something in us that we're trying to resolve and understand. So I would say in this instance, it's probably about male-female dynamics, shifting cultural attitudes around that, an opportunity to express kind of an affection and potential redemption. It seems that that's where the energy is generally flowing. But these for me are all questions. I don't claim to have answers to all of those questions. I do recognise that we need to look at what our values and our principles are when something like this is treated as entertainment in such a disposable way. We have to look at our ideas around justice, our ideas around entertainment, and the stories that we tell ourselves both on screen and also on screen, but in a trial on screen. What are the stories that we believe in? What are the unconscious forces that we are not addressing that turns this unpleasant event into a piece of entertainment?
He's gonna kill me now.
I mean, that music ain't helping, is it? Dum, 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 dum.
And there was this incredibly tense moment in court. Amber steps down from the stand yesterday as Johnny walks to the exit. You can see Amber's stunned look as he gets close. A bailiff keeps the actor back, and Amber is escorted from the courtroom.
Do you really care about this that much? Like, because think about your own. It is sort of fascinating. You think, oh, I wonder if she's pretending to recoil in horror, or is she actually recoiling in horror? And what is it like when you see someone that you used to love, that you whispered in near silence to as dawn broke, praying that you would never be separate from one another for even a moment, and then to see them locked into a grid of hate? How do you reprise and reframe those kind of complex dimensions of reality? But then when you think about your own actual bloody life, what's going on for you right now? And you've got like economic worries, you're worried about your partner or your pets or your parents and how you're going to get your life back together. This like analysis and scrutinizing, like, I mean, sometimes I think we're going over the top when it's like football.
Fascination with the trial continues as rumors have quickly spread on social media that the actress had lifted a portion of her testimony from this scene in The Talented Mr. Ripley.
When you have his attention, you feel like you're the only person in the world.
When I was around Johnny, I felt like the most beautiful person in the whole world.
Oh no, that is a bit too similar, isn't it? What's she going to do next? Dead Poet Society, clamber up on the stage. My captain, my captain!
We fact-checked and found just two slightly similar moments.
It felt like a warm glow.
It's like the sun shines on you.
Now you can see, I would say, the sort of Baudrillard spectacle consuming itself now. Now, this bit of entertainment is itself referencing other bits of actual entertainment. That's kind of amazing. But what other language would they use? We're not living in an age where people would say, oh, it reminds me of Psalm 23 or this bit out of the Quran, or, like, you know, people are gonna go, oh, Talented Mr. Ripley. That's all we've got left. What is your life? Have you found yourself emulating sitcoms and magazines? Where did you get your values from? Why do you believe the things you believe? Why do you want the things that you want? Why do you wear the clothes that you're wearing? Why do you eat the food that you eat? Why do you drive the car that you drive? When you start to look at where these ideas come from, you will see some interesting themes emerging.
So, Lauren, here's the good news. Both Johnny and Amber will have a reprieve from all this drama.
Oh, and all of us too.
Yes. Trial resumes on May 16th.
The trial resumes on the 16th of May. In the meantime, I hope that Elon Musk says something strange or weird on the internet so that we have some content. Not since the days of O.J. Simpson have we been able to churn out an ongoing slew of mindlessness and call it entertainment, even though it's fraught with tragedy and domestic mayhem. Oh God, is it the 16th yet? What if we hit each other? There's got to be something we can do. Just keep people watching. Again, I'm not making any judgment about what's actually gone on within that marriage, because God, who knows what goes on in any marriage? Who knows what goes on in anyone else's mind? I'll draw your attention to this. How do our beliefs get inside of our heads? What is the function of our culture? What is the function of our news media? I'll leave you simply with those questions. Hit me up in the comments below. I wonder how you're coping with the tension of watching this thing, finding it interesting, but also knowing that there's something sort of unpleasant about it. If you enjoyed this video, have a look at this one or this one. Please sign up to my mailing list if you don't already. Remember to subscribe to our channel. We've got some fantastic events going on if you subscribe to my mailing list. A live one-day event with Wim Hof. Only 1,000 tickets. You have to register your interest by becoming a member of my mailing list. More importantly than any of that stuff, please stay free.